What does your hat say?
It says Waka.
It says what?
It says Waka.
What does
Waka
Waka
Flocka.
mean? Like Waka Flame?
It's a whitewater kayaking brand.
Whitewater kayaking?
Yes.
Waka. I have no idea about any Wakas.
You have no Wakas?
Never dealt with any in my life.
You know, when I think of Waka, I think there's a rapper.
Waka
Yeah.
Flocka.
Yeah, Waka
Mhm.
Flocka.
That's what a lot of people think when they see my hat.
But it's not that at
It's
all?
not that, no.
Oh, okay.
He had a
Uh-huh.
very famous performance at UNG. Were you there for that in Dahlonega when that happened?
No,
not like
no.
famous globally, but like among the people who lived in Dahlonega, he did a free concert at UNG for all the students, and it became somewhat of a big deal. I feel like a lot of funny stories came out of that. I was too young at the time, thankfully, but like Grace and Miles.
Kind of like that generation went to it.
Waka Flocka
Yeah,
would be
Miles.
Dahlonega.
Miles.
Yeah, no, I did not associate the
Miles,
two of
like,
those
hung out
together.
with Waka Flocka. He somehow like hung out with Waka Flocka fame.
Oh,
I don't know.
gosh. My only was when Need to Breathe came. They were in
Mm.
the gym, and the power went out. And everyone was like, and there was only like 200 people there. And they're like, that's not going to stop us. And they kept playing. They kept going,
That's
which I
awesome.
thought was really cool.
In the
so-
Convocation Center,
No, this was like the old gym.
the old gym.
Yeah, that was built after I graduated.
Mm.
I'm a little
Oh, really?
older.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm like 55. Welcome to the Ben Mayfield Podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Hayfield, and today with me, I have some really incredible guests that I'm really
Thank you.
excited about. If I could say this, if I had the honor to say this, I feel like I have my little brothers here.
Oh,
That's how I feel like. That's what I feel like. We have
well,
a
I feel like
brothership.
I got my older brothers here,
Yeah,
so
it's the same
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
Back.
and he's the middle child,
I'm the middle.
the
Middle
least,
child.
the least favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not used to being the middle child.
Yeah.
I have with me to my left, Henry. How
Yeah.
are you doing, Henry?
I'm pretty good. Fantastic today.
Fantastic. And to
Mhm.
my right, I got Samuel. Do you go by Sam, though?
It's depending on the day. Anyone is welcome to call me anything.
Well, because I call you Samuel,
I
and
grew
then
up as Samuel.
you just
and
introduced
in
yourself as
college,
Sam.
People started calling me Sam, so
Hmm.
it's whatever. But it feels natural for you to call me Samuel for sure.
yeah,
So,
because I never have gone by Benjamin.
Yeah.
I just always go by
All my life
Ben.
it was Samuel.
Benjamin.
Yeah,
I've called you.
Benjamin.
I've called you Benjamin more times than I've called you Benjamin.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
true. You also you don't go by Henrietta. You just go
No,
by Henry.
I go by Henry. It'd
Yeah.
be weird to go by my full name all the time.
Yeah.
It's too much pressure.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. So just kind of give the audience just a little bit. I've known the two of you for a pretty long time, and it's been incredible. But you two have known each other even longer. I mean, y'all are
Yeah.
basically
Since-
raised together
Yeah, since
Yeah.
birth.
since
don't-
birth.
I don't think there's a moment in my life where I didn't know the Dunlaps. Like
Mhm.
that was just something I knew. I feel
Yeah.
like grew up in the same neighborhood.
Our parents were best friends before we were even born, and so we were kind of, 3 doors down from each other in the same neighborhood, and just grew up doing everything
Destined to
together.
be friends.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's pretty cool. There's people, I know people listening. There's those friends that we've had for so long that you can't remember a whole lot of memories before that person was in your life.
Yeah. I don't.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Even
Yeah.
it would make more sense for me to remember a
'Cause he's
time
older than me.
because I'm
Yeah,
older.
that's
Yeah.
true.
But I don't really because I'm only 3 years older than him,
Hmm.
and like his older sister is older than me.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
she's always been in my life too.
It's a cycle.
yeah.
And now I have Wyatt. Do you know Wyatt Snitzer?
Yeah, I know Wyatt.
You know he lives in Colorado now as well.
Yeah, is he doing
And
flight school?
Flight school, yeah. And he's like
Yeah.
now he comes and he went skiing with me last week.
No, I did not know
So
that.
so my first cousin
Absolutely
also
fantastic.
grew up around us, and just by association ended up being very close with him as well.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a full circle Dahlonega,
Very full
small
circle.
town
Yeah,
family
And I-
type of thing.
because I guess I knew Wyatt through doing camp with
Mhm.
Schnitzers with.
But he
Adam
was in
and
the
Peter.
same,
And we were all
like,
still doing stuff
still in the
together.
same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
They
didn't
weren't
know
in the same
that.
neighborhood, but they were always with us, and then also with them.
Yeah.
Oh,
During
I got
snow
you.
days,
Yeah.
holidays, birthdays, they were always there.
Did he know that you were in Colorado?
He did. Yeah.
And so he just
And-
like reached out.
I don't really remember the exact chain of events. I just know that since we had like become older and started like texting more and more just out of like
Yeah.
our own interest, he knew that I wanted to go to Colorado, and he likes skiing and a lot of the similar like same things as me. So I think one day he was just like, if I'm coming through Colorado, like, can you give me a tour or something? And then he came like end of September, and then like the end of October, he was like, yeah, I'm moving out here. And then he was moved out in like a week.
And I lived
Oh,
with
that's
them
awesome.
all summer long. I was doing an internship where they lived and lived with them, and heard that he had interest in Colorado. I was like, well, you have to hit up Henry when
Yeah.
you're there.
Yeah.
So it was pretty natural that he ended up.
It makes me feel good because like when good people know good people, you know,
Mhm.
like get connected like that, and to have someone who, growing up, I don't know if y'all felt this way. I know y'all probably. Me, I grew up a little differently, but it always felt like in school, everybody had like an aunt or an uncle who had like a beach house or had a condo or lived somewhere exotic. I was like, all of mine live in Lumpkin County or like.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have cousins that have condos, beaches, or whatever. And now I'm like, oh, yeah, I got a little brother who lives in Colorado. Like, no big. It's like, if we want to go visit, we could. Like, it's like,
You
whatever.
could.
Like, not a big deal.
You haven't.
Like, I feel like I have a brag now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
I didn't have a
That's-
brag growing up. You're now, like, how does it feel
That's
to
the
be the
brag.
person that people
I'm-
can brag about?
I'm beyond honored. I never really thought of that before, but like,
I do it all the
you
time.
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. To people I don't even like, too. I'm
Really?
like, oh, you want to go to Colorado? I got a guy.
You got
like,
a guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he could take you.
yeah.
Yeah, he lives in a shed, but
I
yeah,
was,
he
I
can
was
take
talking
you.
to a guy from Colorado the other day, and I was using that as, oh, I know Colorado,
Yeah.
even though I've only been there once.
Have you ever, like, offered something to somebody that's kind of like, out of, like, I mean, like a goodness or just a heat of the moment,
Mhm.
and they're like, yeah, I'll take you up on the offer.
And you're like,
And you're like,
Oh.
Wait.
I don't actually want to call Henry and be like, hey, can this guy come stay with you? But
Yeah.
I don't really know. that
I'd
you
let
don't-
him. What, you want to hear an interesting story about a guest we had, like the first day of school?
Yeah, 100%.
I have this one roommate, and he's from. For reference, I live in Boulder, Colorado, and I live in like a house with 7 roommates.
Go Deion Sanders.
Let's go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
And anyways, one of my roommates, he's from Boulder, and he's like super like, yeah, man, like, we go rock climbing this weekend, and oh, you've never had Japanese curry? Like, he's always like, just something out there. And one day he comes home, he's like, yeah, this is my British friend, Freddie. And this British dude's like, hey, how you doing, man? And I was like, whoa. And then he was like, he's going to be staying with us for a few days. I was like, what? And apparently, like, Will's friends had met him at a separate bar and started, like, talking to him. And they were like, this dude's great. And then he was like, I need a place to stay. And then they texted Will. And then Will was like, yeah, you can stay with us. And then we had a British hitchhiker stay at our house for, like, 4 days. And he was one of the nicest people I've ever met. He made me tea every morning. And we,
Wow.
like, went on a little walk one afternoon. He was a sweet guy. So if I ever go to England now,
You know a guy.
I got a guy, Freddie.
You got a guy
Yeah.
named Freddie.
Yeah.
Freddie, call
and
him
so,
up.
and so we can stay with Freddie now, too,
Yeah,
by
we
association. That's
Yeah.
how that
Yeah.
works.
No, he'd let us.
I will
Yeah.
call Freddie. He's like, you know that Henry guy that you like
He's-
made tea for?
For like 3 days.
I'm basically like his brother. It's like,
Yeah.
can I stay at your place? That's how it works.
That's the only time I'm drinking tea in like 4 years. But
Was it
good.
good? I mean, was it just like,
English breakfast? It was English breakfast tea. One of our roommates bought it for him because I thought that's what he would like.
oh my gosh, they bought English muffins. They bought like every
English
stereotypical
muffins,
thing.
yeah.
Gosh.
Marmalade.
Samuel, I want to talk about this with you real quick. Not real quick, just like I want to mention it.
Yeah.
Is Waka Waka. You mentioned it as in it's a whitewater rafting. And
Kayaking.
well, okay, see, there we go.
Firm distinction right there.
Well, from a
Yeah.
novice,
Sure.
what's the difference between kayaking and rafting? I don't know.
So rafting, everyone knows it's a thing you go and do with your family on a Thanksgiving break or something.
Oh, like
Yeah.
the big rafts.
Where you
Oh,
get in
okay,
a
yeah,
raft,
makes sense.
right? You have
Sorry,
a
I was like,
guide
oh.
and you
And, which is fun.
it's just fun. Great.
Yeah.
You should do
I
it.
think that's fun.
Great way to.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I
Yeah.
love it
Yeah,
sometimes.
Samuel doesn't love it, but
Uh,
we do. Got it.
No, it's
you
a lot
heard it
of
here
fun.
first.
No, but what I do is whitewater kayaking. So it's like you're in a kayak in like a hard boat made of plastic.
And that's the one where like you're sitting in.
Yeah, you
and
have
like,
a skirt and you wear it and you,
oh gosh.
you put it
You gotta
over
wear a
your
skirt
boat.
to do it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
very
you gotta wear a
manly.
skirt.
That's why he really likes kayak.
Yeah. Like to wear skirts.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
love it. And so with that, I'm asthmatic, as you can tell. I'm coughing off mic over here. Let's go asthma, and that's why Henry and I don't do it.
Asthma,
Because we're
boom.
asthmatic. We're asthma bros. There's a lot of water,
Yeah.
and like you go underwater, you fall underwater. It's like I've seen the videos of people like, whoosh,
yeah.
and there's these rapids and there's rocks. How do you not drown?
Well, I'd say first of all, like one thing I had to realize is I've done a lot of teaching, teaching people the sport. And one thing I kind of had
Former
to
president of
Whitewater Club, yeah,
Well,
at the University of Georgia, yeah.
wait, you're the president of the University of
I
Georgia
was, and now
Whitewater
it's
Club?
TJ Payne.
Yo, let's
Yeah.
go. I like that.
But it was just teaching people who had never done it. And one kind of thing I had to learn about myself was even before learning how to be in a kayak and control the kayak, you know, my dad would take me to the river and take me swimming in the currents and the rapids. So, like, it's something where I've always been comfortable just being in the water. So I had to realize that a lot of people don't have that. And they also have to learn how to be not scared in rapids and rivers and cold water. And so that's in itself just learning how to swim and being comfortable and not – the biggest thing is not freaking out and just being confident and being which keeps you safe in turn.
Would I be able to draw a parallel between whitewater kayaking and go-kart racing?
I mean, in some ways.
Because I just went to Andretti's. I don't know if you've ever been there before.
I haven't been there.
It's my first time ever
I've
going.
been. It's
and they
pretty awesome.
they're fast.
Yeah.
And the reason why I was able to beat all the youth kids was crushed them, high schoolers too. So they were talking so much
That's
trash.
disappointing.
Is I wasn't scared. Like, you know, like you go to the curves. Like, you know, obviously I'm not trying to be reckless, but like I know, like, hey, listen, I got this.
You're trying to find the apex.
Yeah, of like when you make the turns, when you go, and yeah, it's because it's more like F1 than it is like NASCAR. It's this
Downhill
track,
racing.
and it was so much fun. And I feel like that kind of that overcoming that fear of like you're not going to flip over, you're not going to wreck. It's the same kind of fear that you have to overcome with kayaking. It's like all because I'm going down this rapid doesn't mean that the worst possible scenario is going to happen.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, you know, a lot of times it's someone like my grandma or something that doesn't understand, and they see videos of me running waterfalls and stuff. They
oh my goodness, Samuel.
Yeah, they think that it's like a adrenaline thing, and it's like I love the excitement and adrenaline I get from it, which I'm sure there is some of that. Like it's fun and exciting, but like the most satisfaction I get from kayaking is not being afraid on something that is really scary or someone else might think is scary. So the experience of going down a river with class 5 rapids, but the entire time being calm and not like, you could say the same thing about skiing and running maybe a mountain that you looked at 10 years ago and you were terrified at, but now you can go down it clean, not confidently, not scared. And that satisfaction when you look back up at the mountain and you were not even breaking a sweat, is like that's progression, right? That's where my satisfaction comes from, is doing stuff safely, cleanly, confidently, but someone else might think it's scary. That's where I think I get my most enjoyment out of the sport.
Because you do, I mean, like skiing, and you're pretty wicked fast on skiing too.
Yeah, I definitely, I don't know that I err on the side of safety sometimes, but like to be completely honest, I like me and my friends, we like to go and we all like get in big groups, and I joined the free ski team this year, so it's like a bunch of I don't know, there's like 800 people, and there's ski competitions and stuff, and
oh wow,
you at any point like you go to a mountain, like you go to Winter Park on a Saturday, and you text in like the group me, you're like blah blah, I'm sitting in this parking lot, and then like 20 other people will be like, yeah, we're also at Winter Park, and then you meet up and you're like, the thing we do like at the youth groups where it's all of us like going together in a big group, we just do that all the time. So I don't know, I haven't really done any difficult stuff this year.
I think it's cool though that I mean, we were talking about it a little bit last night, but he comes from an area that's not necessarily a lot of big skiing.
Yeah, Dahlonega has no skiing. Not
has
not like a little bit, has no skiing or whitewater kayaking.
Well, yes, but
if you look hard enough for a random waterfall, you might be able to find
you find some stuff. But what I was going to say with Henry is, you know, his family went out and did it a lot, but now that you're in Boulder, and when you're around people that are a lot better than you, you get really good. Yeah. That's true for kayaking, and it's super cool.
I definitely
you get to be out there with
think
those
that's true.
crazy Boulder-raised kids.
I'd say
could ski before they could walk.
I was going to give a percentage of like people who were like actually legitimately skied, like that were like less than an hour away from a mountain, who are on that team. That's probably every person on that team is like
Well, have you met any like Olympic or was it not? I don't call them the X Games.
X
I know,
Games.
I mean, I don't know if they do like the winter
Skiing
sports.
is in winter
Yeah,
Olympics, but also X Games.
there's like 50 different forms of skiing. There's like cross country and like these ones where it's like racing and skiing, and there's the ski racing where they shoot guns.
They shoot guns.
That's the craziest one.
Yeah, I thought with your
Come up
heritage,
with some pretty
come
crazy
on.
stuff.
You
I
crush
like
it.
that. But what we do is like, because I'm gonna do some competitions this year.
Guns and skiing.
You gotta come to my competition. I don't
Well,
know
what-
when.
I was saying, well,
Yeah.
when or where?
Next semester, next fiscal year, at I don't know. They're gonna be at multiple just resorts, and basically it's like I just started at top gate, and all these people are at the bottom, and then I just like try and have like the cleanest, like best line down.
So they're rating your line, but not your time.
No time.
No time.
Yeah, because you can take you're supposed to take like whatever route you're supposed to like plan it out ahead and like have it. And nobody really does like flips or anything, and those it's like
so it's just style.
Yeah, it's mainly just
there's
like
judges that judge you.
People do like 360s and backflips, but
You don't get points for that.
you
just
if you landed a backflip like really well, then you would you do good. But like if you
mess up.
the
it might-
likelihood
might
that
do
you would
worse.
mess up a flip or a trick on that and not finish, and then you'd get like a DNF, like disqualify.
You know, y'all. This is probably too old for y'all, but this is a TV show called Rocket Power for all the '90s kids out there.
I don't think I've
And
ever seen that.
you never seen Rocket Power? Do you know? Producer Jackson knows Rocket Power.
Dang it.
Yeah, and so Rocket Power was like this early 2000s TV show on Nickelodeon where it was like these brother, sister, and like two friends who were all extreme sport people. And I feel like we have like a kayaker, a skier, and a pickleball player.
Oh.
Heck
You
yeah,
know, like that's
not a
like,
sport.
like that's I
Not
mean
a
my extreme sport is not actually extreme or maybe not a sport.
I agree. Ben is a professional pickleball player.
Well, I'm just listening because I'm thinking Rocket Power. There was like the brother sister were like really good. They had a friend named Otto who was like really good, and then they had like kind of like the kid who was not very good but was with them, and he was the videographer. It's like that's me. I'm like I can't quite
here
do
you are
what they'll
doing
do.
an amazing podcast, something that Henry and I couldn't even like put together in our brains.
No. I wasn't looking for a brag or anything. I
No,
was just looking
no.
like
Yeah, you look really good today,
yeah.
Ben.
You
Oh,
do.
thanks guys. Thanks. Hey, what's my extreme sport that I should try? Comment below.
Extreme makeup.
Well, I mean,
Extreme
maybe
triathlon.
it comes from how Henry and I just when we were little together, but we both kind of enjoy being scared. So that part, it's like,
Definitely a little adrenaline.
well, it's not even adrenaline. It's like the conquering
I
the
think it's
fear.
For Henry,
Well,
I think it's adrenaline.
there's a little bit for him.
I mean, yeah, I have some adrenaline
I-
when I run waterfalls and stuff.
Yeah, I
but,
mean-
like, yeah.
Even if it's not that you're scared, but like you get some, you're like pumped up. You're like, oh, I'm about to
I
do
like
this.
being really
Yeah.
afraid, and then after being like, oh, I just did that.
Yeah.
Like I conquered that fear. Like
Well-
the fear is not a comfortable feeling, and that like that discomfort, conquering that discomfort is.
I've
what I
seen
like.
because you do. This is crazy about the both of you too. You do no poles when you
I
ski.
do poles now.
Oh, you do now?
I used to. When I was an East Coast
Oh.
child, I feel like that's kind of a.
You thought
thing.
you were better if you had no poles?
Yeah, I kind of liked like on the mountains I didn't have to hold anything, and I get on the lift and I just have free hands, and I could like punch my dad as we went down the run or whatever. And now it's like
Yeah.
I kind of need poles to balance on some of the stuff that I ski down is like actually kind of treacherous. You got to have it to balance. and
So
use
it's
it as
the
a
more
plan.
difficult slopes.
Yeah, and like
you
the
need it for
bigger
the technical
the bigger
reasons.
the mountain, I feel
I
like.
like
oh,
I like
didn't
having
know
them,
that at all.
Yeah.
I like having them because when I wreck, it's easy to
Oh,
get them
it's
back
easier to
on.
stand up.
Yeah.
That's me though.
Well, because like with kayaking, do you use the hand paddles? Have you ever used those?
I have.
That is
I
wild.
have used them.
That
yeah.
seems scary to me.
Can I crack this? Is it gonna break the audio?
No, you can crack it.
No, it's cool.
We're sponsored
I
by
kind of have
Coca-Cola.
like two opinions about hand paddling. Number one, hand paddling.
Will you describe what it is for those who don't know?
Yeah, so when you're in a kayak, you have a paddle, right, with two blades, like on a shaft, right? But then you actually
They're not dumb. They know what a paddle is.
Okay, well you told me to
Okay,
explain it, so I'm
okay.
doing it. So, but when you're hand paddling, you have these actual paddles that are strapped to your hands, so you're actually paddling your boat with your hands
That sounds
because you have
wild.
paddles.
I don't know if I'd
I
like
always
that.
have a pair of hand paddles in my kayak. If my paddle breaks, then it's a good Like if you're in the middle of a
yeah.
gorge and you can't get out,
Can't-
like you can't hike out. You have to kayak down the river. If you
Yeah.
paddles break all the time, so it's really important to know how to hand paddle first of all. But I know if you one of my good friends Jackson, there's a famous race that happens every year, the Green Race.
The Green Race.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Where's that at?
Unfortunately, because of the hurricane, Green Race is no more. The entire river was destroyed. We can get into that after this. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
But he, what he used to do was hand paddle down the race, which that was stout. That was really scary. And he would always challenge people on he'd be like, I'll give $100 to anyone else who can hand paddle with me. Because when you race, depending on what kind of boat you paddle or whatnot, you have different classes.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like when you run a 5K and you're a certain age group or whatever.
Oh, yeah. That makes
Yeah, there's
sense.
different race classes. So like a long boat or a short boat, or in his case, hand paddlers. There's a whole class for that, and no one would ever do it with him. So there was never enough to create a class. So he's like, "Come on, get out here! Like y'all are scared." He would always say that, and I was like, "I'm never seen me doing that."
And I was like, yes, I am scared. I don't want to do
But
that.
another side of
Yeah.
hand paddling is easier to roll. It's
You just, like-
easier to roll a boat because you can just reach up with your hand and do it.
Is it like a glove kind of
Oh,
thing?
that's true, too.
No, you just the ones I have, you have a strap that goes over your hand. And
Oh, like a little Velcro.
yeah, and then you have the
Oh.
paddle
Oh,
underneath.
all right.
That'd be pretty.
But yeah, it's scary.
That's-
It's hard to have control with your kayak. Like
Do you think that's like no poles for kayaking?
maybe I feel like I see more people with no
That's
poles
what I-
than I see.
Yeah.
There's not many. Like on class 5,
Mm-hmm.
very very few.
Yeah.
Like I've paddled the Gauley with
It-
hand paddles, which is a big river in West Virginia.
Would you say that someone who can do a Class 5 rapid with hand paddles has a better technical know-how or just not scared?
Well, I'd have to see it. Like
Like,
I'd have to
don't
see
I don't-
how
I-
good they
I think
are.
you could probably
I mean,
do it and not be good at it.
because there's lots of people who do lots
Just-
of things
just
and aren't good at doing it.
yeah, well, because it seems like I guess in my mind, is it a progression of skill set or
I'd
is
say-
it just a difference of I
I'd
like
say
this versus
to
that?
like for example, going back to the river, the Green, right? The Green is something like you definitely want to go down for your first time with a regular paddle,
Mhm.
right? Because you just have more control over your boat and avoiding dangerous things and having a clean line, as they would say, right? But over years of understanding, like when you're hand paddling, it's kind of a different style in the sense of when you have a paddle, you pick points in the river and you're like, I'm going to drive to there. I'm going to drive to there. You're getting to these places, right? Whereas hand paddling, you aren't able to move like you want to as much because you don't have as much power, right? So it's really a lot. It's moving with the water more. You're anticipating what the river is going to do to you as you float down and control and brace and lean. Whereas a paddle, when you have a paddle, you can pick pretty much anywhere you want to go and drive there really hard. So yeah, people who do that, it's impressive. I do it on chill stuff because it's fun, but on big stuff, it's definitely scary because it's hard to get where you want to go.
Yeah.
Extreme sports.
That'd
Yeah.
be scary.
Whoops. Now, you may not know this about me, Henry, but I'm actually, you probably do know this. Samuel, you may not know this. I'm a snowboarder.
I
I knew
know,
that.
I know you're. a
You did know
snowboarder.
that?
Yeah, you told me.
I do. I love to shred the slopes.
You're one of those guys.
Well, it's actually kind of like a cool testimonial moment. For years, I went with Wesley, the college ministry, went with Chris, the youth group, and then went with my own church when I became a youth pastor. And every time I would try skiing, I just failed horribly. Just would not be able to do it. And it's not like fear. I'm not scared. Like I want to do it. I just couldn't physically learn how to do it. And every time you'd fall, all the stuff goes everywhere. And as a big guy, I'm like, oh god, I'm
Yard
sweating.
sale.
And I'm like, trying to get this hill, try to get my skis, whatever. And so I just gave up on it. I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And I became like the house dad. And then Jackson Payne, that's right, producer of the podcast over there, Jackson, when he was a wee little child. This is like 2018. I don't know if that's the year that you came or the year before you came with us, but the kids were like, and it was him, and he was like, "You promised," like little 6th grade Jackson, with these little blue eyes, and he was like looking up like this. He was like, "You promised, Mr. Ben, you would go on the slopes with me," and I was like, "Well," and 7.5 years from now, do you want me to be like producer of the podcast? If so, I'll go with you. And so I tried snowboarding for the first time. And with snowboarding, I could stay up longer. And then when I fell, I could just hop back up.
Yeah.
And I can try. And then I fell and I'd hop back. And I just
Your
learned.
knees don't like twist and wrap around each other. when you
No.
fall.
Ski crashes are way uglier than.
Yeah.
But
Although sometimes
Snow-
you land on your face.
That is
Yeah.
also true. I tried not to do that.
I think that same year I tried snowboarding for the first time.
Was that it?
Not on that. Was it on your trip?
No, I don't think it was. No, because you were crushing it.
I did skiing on your trip, but then I think we did our trip
Yeah, with
earlier,
a lot of-
and
yeah.
it was kind of like crappy conditions, so we were all like, let's get a snowboard. And it was like super crappy, and all I remember, the only word that we would say bice, because we were calling all the ice butt ice, because you would just fall and immediately just like fall on your tailbone and just some like rock hard ice, and like just
and
like,
it hurts.
close
it
your eyes like
hurts.
leaning back.
Yeah.
Oh. But I mean I like snowboarding. I honestly haven't ever given it like a really big second try.
Well, I
'Cause
didn't
just
know.
like
yeah.
skiing.
I bet it would be fun in powder.
Yeah. No, that's what I always say, because I see some dudes like they have like boards that look like literal surfboards, or like fins on the end and like a pointed tip,
Oh.
and like they're further back on the board with their feet where they're mounted and stuff, and they go through the powder and they're like
Yeah,
and then shoot
holding
up
an
a
edge on
beautiful
ice
wave of
is terrible.
snow. Yeah, on ice is scary.
Yeah, I'd say like, if I had to, because I snowboard a little bit. I'm not nearly as good as snowboarding as I am at skiing. But like the place I've skied the most, just in North Carolina, Cataloochee,
Let's go.
the greatest ski
The greatest.
resort in the United States. No, I'm just kidding.
It's pretty good.
No, the problem is it's very icy, you know.
Yeah.
And so
A lot
I'd
of
say
East
like
Coast is.
it's way worse to be on a snowboard on ice than skis.
Yeah.
Just because if
That
you
hurts.
fall on a snowboard, it's usually not bad, but you're like face planting like on ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's hard to land on your side.
Yeah.
So like with skis, like when you fall, you can land on your side.
Yeah.
On that, you're either falling face forward or back.
Yeah.
Because I fall on my butt multiple times, and
I
it
would
hurts your
fall on my butt.
tailbone.
Would you guys
Yeah.
agree with this
A
statement?
lot more than my face.
Skiing is easier to learn than snowboarding. However, snowboarding is easier to master than skiing. Skiing is really, really hard to master.
Yeah.
But it's
Jackson
easier
agrees
to
with
pick
that.
up.
You agree with that?
Like
Yeah.
when someone is like going for the first time on a ski mountain and they, realistically they're not going to come back tomorrow. They're just
Yeah.
doing it for the day. I tell them to ski.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you have more time on your hands to really own in the skill, like snowboarding could be like it takes a while to actually be able to get
Yeah.
up there and do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But once you get it, you can really kind of own in and get steezy with it. Whereas skiing, it's like you can pick it up, but you're going to be doing a pizza for a year before you start to get it, own in those like edges, dialing that in. I don't know.
I
Would you
think
guys agree with that?
that's
statement?
definitely true. I mean, it just because like with
Depends on the
skis-
person too.
Skis
Yeah.
at the beginning, you got two things to put your feet down on, and it gives you like you can stand up on your own and move your feet still, like
Yeah, you
adjust
can
it
just
as you
hold the
need.
pizza
Snowboard,
down.
you're
You're
locked
locked
into
in.
that snowboard.
Yep.
But once you get to the point where like you understand like just like driving a car that you own,
Yeah.
you know how
Yeah.
it turns and when you got to start cranking it for a corner or
Yeah.
whatever.
You either hold the edge
Yeah,
or you
it's-
don't.
It's kind of the same thing. You just learn how your feet work in the snowboard, and once you got it connected on the two, doing tricks and like just little like even I don't know, just little control things. It gets
Yeah.
a lot easier. I feel like.
Well, and like sometimes too with me, it's snowboarding boots. Getting a good pair of boots and getting locked in
Mhm.
helps you a lot. Because there was one time I got it and it was too big. And
Yeah.
I could tell my foot was sliding.
Yeah,
And with braking, you have to do a lot of heel and like
and
you
you can't do
turn.
anything.
Yeah, and it's like slides and then on top of being on ice too.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons why I want to do a snowboarding and I want to get better, we're going to Idaho this year, which I'm like kind of nervous about.
I bet,
I-
I, bet
if
you'll,
I-
I bet you'll dial it
If I
in.
can come, I
Yeah.
will. I haven't looked at.
I have a place for you to stay. Come on.
All right.
And it has a hot tub.
I do hot tub and skiing or my.
When are y'all
It's
going?
your top. It's in February.
That's awesome.
It's
Where in Idaho?
Silver Mountain,
Where is that relative to
It's
like
in-
Boise?
Idaho.
Cool.
Boy, you don't know.
I don't know. It's
boy.
a-
I mean, I've been to Idaho, so that's why.
Yeah.
I've never been.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful state.
I've never been to Idaho.
it has the
underrated. Most people, it's not on their radar. But
I
when
think
you
it's-
go, you're
I've
like,
heard it's
this
pretty-
is one of the
pretty
best
cool.
states. Yeah.
yeah, it's
sure.
the longest gondola. It's a gondola or gondola?
Gondola.
Gondola.
It's
sorry.
the longest gondola.
gondola.
Making up
Uh,
vocabulary.
No,
here
it's like
on
the
podcast.
the longest one.
Oh,
So I'm
really?
excited in the U.S.
Dude, that thing's fun. Riding up on those. You can
Yeah.
take your skis off and your snowboard off and like sit down and be in an enclosed.
Yeah, I've
Well,
never
nice little
experienced
space.
that.
And it closes like at 4.
Yeah. So
PM.
now all. I mean, that's like
kind of
kind
weird to me.
all the East Coast mountains, they have them open all day, or they'll do night skiing.
Night skiing, yeah.
But like out west, they only have it like 9 to 4 every mountain, because
Is it
like
Just because the lights that would take
the
to light
lights
it
and
up.
like the power and people working. And honestly, like if you've been skiing the entire, it's just like a lot more actual skiing, because the lifts are faster normally. They do like high speed lifts, and then you're skiing longer. Like by 4 o'clock, you do not want to ski anymore.
You're tired.
You're thinking about, how am I gonna drive home? I have to drive 2 hours home, and you're like,
Oh, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Sore.
yeah,
Okay,
your kids will sleep good for sure.
nice.
Yeah.
I did see a snowboard that was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle snowboard,
Ooh.
but it's like like Michelangelo, Donatello. It was a custom one. I was like, I want to be a snowboarder because I want that snowboard.
You should get it. It's probably on Facebook Marketplace somewhere.
It probably is. Well, I wanted to do, we did some extreme sports, and I love it because I think it talks a lot about y'all's personalities of not just the adrenaline junkies. It's more of like you were saying, like conquering fears and finding a skill set, something that you're really
Yeah.
good at. And once again, on the same level, pickleball, obviously, is
I agree with that statement.
with
When
extreme.
when you pull out your paddle, there's like an eagle noise that happens. It's like,
Yeah, dude. It's like time just like freezes, and I'm like, whoosh. Not really. I digress. But whitewater kayaking and skiing, I thought we could do the whole episode about that. But I wanted to do some fun games. Is that
Okay.
okay?
That
Y'all-
sounds-
I feel like y'all are fun people.
I
Is that
don't
okay?
like
Hope
fun
so.
things.
It can be fun sometimes.
Fun sometimes. Waka Waka Flame, you're gonna love this. Okay.
Okay.
Who you want to go first?
Sure.
Yeah, close your eyes.
You have to close your eyes.
I
What?
think he has to.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, then you don't have to.
That's too extreme. That's too
Yeah,
extreme.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right, but I
That's
want
part of
the
the
people who are listening, they can also play along in their heads. So, Samuel, rank these things about Thanksgiving blindly without knowing what is next. 1 through 5.
I've seen these. Yeah.
All right. Thanksgiving dinner.
Number 2.
Ooh.
I mean,
Number
'cause
2?
That's the point.
Is 1 the best or 5 the best?
One's the best.
Yeah. So like, I'm
Yeah.
hoping there's something really cool. But I mean, Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, that's what it is.
You a turkey or ham guy?
I don't really like either that much.
Oh.
Ham though, because when I go up north, a lot of my family's Italian, so we get to have like capicola and prosciutto. So it's like that's ham.
Gabagool.
Yeah, gabagool. That's capicola. Yeah. So it's
Gabagool.
like that's ham technically. So that counts.
Yeah, I think it
Or like
counts.
my dad, he used
Yeah.
to take turkey and you make turkey pot pie with it after. So that's really good.
That's pretty good.
But just like the way that it is right there, it's kind of anyway. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's number 2. For
No,
me.
all right, 2. All right. Black Friday.
I've never really done it, so I have to say
Not
I'll
a
put it in
shot.
the middle of 3. It's cool.
I will say it's kind of.
I'll say 4. I'll say 4. I don't ever do it.
It's been like
Yeah.
more cyber now. Like, everything's
And now it's
online.
Cyber
Yeah,
Monday.
I've
And then
n- I've
it's
never
Cyber Monday.
reaped
It's
the
not even
benefits
like
of Black
Monday.
Friday.
It's like the entire week.
It's entire month of
Yeah.
November. Like
And then
I'm sure when I start having to buy like Christmas presents for kids one day, then I might like it more.
Yeah.
But right now, I just
I all I know is I like 3 years ago I spent like every dollar I owned on a TV on a Black Friday sale,
so he would
facts.
rank
I've
it
done
a
it
little
too.
higher.
I've done it too.
and I
Yeah.
thought I was getting the best deal ever, and it was like
And now TVs are just like they've gone way down in
Yeah.
price. It's like
Yeah.
okay, let's buy a TV. All right, NFL football.
Oh, number 1.
That's number 1 because
Yeah, go Giants.
the Giants and the Lions play too, right?
Yeah. Lions usually play. Yeah, the Giants don't really play. I just love NFL.
Oh, okay. All right. So we have one.
Yeah,
we
it's
have
number
1, 2, and 4.
Yeah.
All
So we
right.
got 3 and 5.
Seeing family. Oh.
Okay, well,
See, that's what it's blindly.
well, I'm gonna say 3 because end of the day, family can be difficult and challenging, but end of the day, that's the reason that it's the best holiday though. So I'll say 3.
Just remember he chose NFL over his
Yep.
family.
Yeah.
All right, and leftovers is 5.
I guess so. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know, I'd probably redo that if I knew it, but I'll stand with it.
Leftovers
That's-
is pretty good.
That's kind of fun.
Honestly,
That's kind of the
like
fun
it's
game.
fun to do stuff with it. Yeah.
All right, that's pretty good. Comment below what your top 5 would be, but it's also blindly, so that's like we know that you love your family.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Do I? Family watching. at home.
Shout out. All right, Henry, are you ready for yours?
That's it.
This one's tough.
1 to 5 again?
It's 1 to 5.
Oh gosh.
Rank these fast food sandwiches without knowing
I
what
saw the
comes
Rizzler doing
next.
this the other day.
The Rizzler.
Yeah, he ranked the chicken Big Mac is number 1.
Oh, well, I don't have that as
Is
one
are
of the
these all
options.
chicken
Well,
sandwiches?
No,
These
this is
just get
these.
all right.
They're sandwiches.
Hit,
Though.
hit me.
All right, the cheesesteak from Subway. It's a good sandwich, and your family's a big Subway fan. At least Billy
We are a
is.
big Subway family.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've had Subway in a long time, but I'd still say it holds a very. All my friends.
nostalgic.
But the
Yeah.
cheesesteak though, would you
The
get that?
cheesesteak, I'd say give that 4.
Yeah, that's
4?
what I was gonna guess
Okay.
that you were gonna say that.
Because
All right.
It's not the worst thing, but it's not
But-
a thing.
that's not my.
Yeah.
Not my.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but
Yeah.
not the
You
best.
take the steak off and he'd love it.
Yeah.
Just cheese bread.
Yeah.
It's actually called a grilled cheese.
Yeah. So that's funny. All right, the fish fillet from McDonald's.
Oh,
Yo, it low key slaps sometimes. They put a little cheese
no
on it
way.
too.
have you ever tried that?
Yes.
What is tartar sauce?
Okay,
That's
I-
an easy answer for me.
I would say that's gotta be 5.
Yeah.
That's 5?
Yeah.
What?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right.
I've never been a huge McDonald's fan until recently.
You're gonna
and
get seafood at McDonald's.
someone tried to convince me to get one of
Yeah.
those.
You know the one I don't like? I don't like the McRib.
The McRib.
I don't like it. I was like, meh.
I agree with the
that
Rizzler, the
statement.
chicken Big Mac. Have you tried the chicken Big Mac?
No, I
yet?
haven't tried that.
Yeah,
It's pretty good. It's
pretty good.
What's up?
It's
I'll
pretty
try
good.
it. I'll try it. I might do it today. I'm going to the movies after this, so I might sneak it in. Yeah. You going to this?
Are you going with Peyton?
Yeah.
I think we're all
We,
going.
we may
maybe.
potentially be going.
Yeah. Jackson's going too.
Are you
It's,
going?
it's
Oh,
$5
sick.
movies. Hey, we'll see you at Gladiator too.
Yeah, I guess we're all
we'll
going.
let you know.
We didn't even
Hey,
know this.
we're all about extreme sports, gladiator fighting. We're all in the ring. Who wins in our friend group?
Who
I'm gonna
wins
go
our
with you.
friend?
Actually, I'm gonna go with you.
Dude.
Also, your C is
Actually-
I'll say top 3.
I fought Ben.
I don't want to fight Ben, man.
I'd say that it's between you and at the end of the day, Chris Davis.
Yeah, Chris Davis is
Oh,
pretty
Chris
good.
Davis is a part of that.
Does he have a bow and arrow?
No.
Okay,
No,
then
I'm
I
fighting
then I
Chris
feel better.
Okay.
If he has a bow and arrow, I'm giving Chris Davis the dub because that guy can shoot really
All
well.
he needs is his bare hands.
He's
man.
male Katniss.
Nah, I've seen. I beat him. I beat him in a shooting contest.
He's
and
dogness.
I'm calling you out, Chris Davis. I
All right,
beat
you got like 2 more sandwiches left. don't you?
Oh
Yeah, sorry.
okay.
We're
Keeping it
we're
rolling.
going back to the Gladiator.
Actually, I have 3 more. No.
Cheeseburger from Five Guys.
Cheeseburger from Five Guys. It's like 2.
That's pretty. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I like-
Five
Up
Guys.
there.
Five Guys
And Five
prices
Guys
have
is
gone
good
up though.
good experience in general. I would say they're pricey,
Yeah, they're getting
a
pricier.
little pricey, but
And I'm like, okay, it is a good cheeseburger, but I'm like,
Mhm.
come on, let's dial it down with the
Well,
prices.
yeah, I guess I haven't really thought about the price to taste ratio.
All right, you ready for this one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mhm.
Let's do it.
Chick-fil-A sandwich. Classic
What do you
chicken
got left?
sandwich.
What choices you got?
1
left?
and 3. Yeah, I got 1 and 3.
I think there's an easy answer because you might get something bad, man. What if
You don't know. You don't know. It's blind, bro.
I'm gonna put that 1 because I think that's
Solid.
the sandwich I've eaten the most on that list.
Yeah. Can I ask you this question? It's
It's
kind of
safe.
like
It's
a
essential.
side controversial opinion.
Mac and cheese.
I take Zaxby's over Chick-fil-A.
I'd put that on a table right now and I'd shake your hand and I'd say yes.
Wait, you agree with
Yeah.
that? You agree with that
After-
statement? Okay.
I mean, Chick-fil-A is good and they've got good sandwiches, but the fried chicken place is a much more respectable establishment throughout the United States. And Zaxby's is our fried chicken place here.
That's right.
So,
That's
amen.
right. Jackson's used to work 2 years at
Oh.
Zaxby's. All
Zaxby's
right, so this
veteran.
one's your automatic number 3.
What is
It's
it?
a Taco Bell Doritos taco.
Oh, shoot.
Do you like that?
I do like Taco Bell.
That would have been
a
number
lot.
1, you think?
No,
No,
I
I
would
think
have put
that's a
I would've-
solid 3.
I would have put that as number 2, but
Okay.
Number 2.
Well, that's solid.
you would have
solid
done it.
3. Yeah.
That works.
You would have switched the Five Guys and
Taco Bell
yeah.
mild sauce. It's not even like.
I think I would have said exactly your list, even
Really?
knowing,
Huh.
knowing the.
You know what it
Wow.
is?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Knowing the choices.
I've thought about doing this. I don't know if it will work for a podcast, but maybe just like a video content of doing a blind chicken sandwich taste test.
Yeah,
Like from all the different places doing the
Mhm.
chicken sandwich.
I think,
I mean, I think it'd be fun to
It's
do.
like good mythical morning.
I was,
yeah.
I was gonna say that reminds me a lot of Rhett and Link, but
Yeah.
I think that number
Do you
one,
all-
that
do you
would be
also watch?
delicious. Occasionally.
Occasionally,
yeah.
yeah. It's like a
Occasionally,
comfort
yeah.
video. We used to watch that before school together.
Yeah, like
sometimes.
every morning.
Why
Whenever,
did I
whenever,
grow up
like a
with that?
long time ago.
Well, because our parents would like take turns taking us to school sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it only was a few years because I'm older than him. But when we did go to the same place, we would get dropped off at each other's house and we would watch Good Mythical Morning.
Dude, I watched it too. It was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Good
What-
guys.
What else did we watch?
A lot of love from.
PewDiePie sometimes.
I don't know. A lot
Bear
of
Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls.
I think we were
Survival
kind of
expert.
like the beginning of the generation that was raised by, or that
YouTube?
had screens in front of our faces.
Yeah.
And so,
You were the beginning.
did
I
not.
was the end of the OG generation.
oh,
I didn't
yeah,
have
blah,
it.
blah, 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 blah.
You were not born in the '90s, though, were you?
No, I was born in 2001.
Yeah. So, like, what's he saying?
I always say like I'm a '90s kid, but technically, it was like 1 through 8 was in the '90s.
Yeah.
So like I really grew up in early 2000s.
Yeah.
But all right, this one you can both do. This one's kind of fun. And I thought this would be good, especially since we just talked about Gladiator and we're talking about like extreme sports. Here's an extreme
We're-
sport, but you're gonna do it separately.
Okay.
But you can do it at the same time.
We're going against each
Is
other.
you have $15
Mm-hmm.
total
Okay.
to survive the Purge.
Oh.
And for our listeners who don't know what the Purge is, it's a movie where the government allows for like 12
law.
Yeah, 12 hours of no laws, anything.
$15, that's it.
Yeah.
In today's economy.
Yeah. With inflation,
Yeah.
it's $24.
Yeah. I can't
All right.
even get anything on that sandwich list you just talked about.
All right. Your level 1 is your shelter. Okay. All right. For $1,
Mm-hmm.
you can have an igloo. $2, a cave. $3, a suburban house. $4, the Magic Kingdom. And for $5, a football stadium. What is your shelter?
Cave.
Cave.
Was
Yeah.
one igloo?
One is igloo.
I'm surviving. I don't need any of that
I'm
stuff.
I'm doing.
They're
I'm
gonna look in a
doing-
cave either. People looking for me.
I'm saying I'm doing one. I'm doing the
Cave.
I'm doing the igloo because then I'm out. And the only thing I have to worry about is polar bears. You know.
Are you? Oh, so you're saying
I don't know what
that
kind of
you're
logic that is,
out
but-
in like the middle of nowhere, Alaska?
Yeah,
in an
you're not
igloo?
giving us much details. Like,
Or
does that
is-
mean he's in like
I said.
Canada?
I said no. This is.
Or is this like is this an igloo in my backyard?
It's like igloo in your backyard.
Okay, I'm doing two. I'm doing a cave. Then.
All right,
I
you're in a
agree with
cave.
that.
Okay. all right,
The
we got
igloo's
this.
gonna. The igloo will melt.
Yeah, like you're like 1 hour into it, and it's just like dripping. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, this was not a good idea. All
And then
right,
You're cold.
for level 2, all right, it's your teammate. For $1, you get a Smurf. For $2, you get Danny DeVito. $3, you get Rocky Balboa. For $4, you get James Bond, and for $5, you get the Punisher.
$5. Punisher.
I'll do James Bond.
I
I think James.
I
I
think
think
the
James could
Punisher
take
and James
Punisher.
Bond.
I
I
think
think
he could take him.
shout out
Daniel Craig could
Shout out John Bernthal
Oh,
and
dude.
Dahlonega.
Oh, yeah, that's right. John
Yeah,
Bernthal is filming in Dahlonega.
Yeah.
No.
He is
wait.
the Punisher.
That was a great
Wow.
show, by the way.
Which one?
The
Good
Punisher with.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Fantastic.
He's coming back in the Daredevil
Yeah.
Reborn series.
I
I'm
want
so
him to give him
excited.
his own show, but I don't think they
Um,
will.
Well, I think it's gonna be like it was in the originals, like a backdoor pilot.
Yeah, Disney
Uh.
can only make too many R-rated stuff.
Yeah.
Too.
I still feel like when like it was supposed to be with Thanos. Like when Thanos was about to do something, all of a sudden he got like shot with a sniper rifle
Yeah.
and like zoomed out, and it was the Punisher, like a 50 cal sniper.
Oh.
Like got him. Like that would have been
He,
sick.
Yeah.
he wouldn't even say anything. He'd just be like,
Just like
This is what I do.
Check.
I'm about to rewatch it. All right,
My
so you spent $2. You both spent $2 on the cave. You spent $4 on James Bond,
I'm at
$5 on
$6.
Punisher.
7.
All right. For level 3, it's your weapon of choice.
Okay.
$1 a spoon.
Oh.
$2 a Red Ryder BB gun. $3 a machete. $4 a Desert Eagle. And $5 a double-bladed lightsaber.
I'm going Desert Eagle because
And your partner also gets his weapon too.
Okay.
So James Bond and you
Yeah, we
both
both
have
got twinning Desert Eagle with
Wait,
James Bond.
what was
I
the-
could
what was
take
the
I could
third
take
option?
Thanos easy.
machete.
It's pronounced Machete.
Machete.
But
It's not.
Me and the Punisher are both taking Machete.
You so you're getting up close and personal.
Are we fighting each other in the purge? Is that a thing?
No, that's your
Not
team.
yet.
That's your
No, like,
teammate.
or no, am I fighting Hender's team?
I don't know.
That's debatable in the comments.
Martial.
We'll let them in the comments decide who's gonna win.
Yeah,
Martial
let-
law.
So how much money does that leave you?
That leaves me.
Well, that's
that was
$3.
3 to my 7. I'm at 10, and that was
So you still have
I had
$5
6,
left.
yeah.
And I spent 4, so I'm at 10 as well. Spent
No.
4 on the Desert Eagle, right?
Yeah, you're 8,
6 plus 4 is
10.
10.
Yeah, so you're both at 10.
Okay. Evens
Okay.
out.
So with that being said, how's that possible? Oh, because you went the Machete and he went the Desert Eagle. Okay, all right. So this is who's chasing you.
Oh God.
You both have
So you
$5 left.
pay-
Not the,
This is the person
the
that
snail
it
is-
pays
the
more
snail
for
isn't on
somebody
this
who's
list,
bad.
right?
yeah,
Okay.
The
I get
snail is not on this list, right?
or the opposite.
Snail.
The snail.
Yeah,
It's on the list.
yeah.
Shoot.
You know that? You know that meme?
How do you? No,
How did I know that?
But do you know that meme about the snail?
no. I was looking up things to put on.
Okay, let's
here.
play the game, and then when we have some lore to tell
Okay,
you about.
all right.
Yeah, let's
$1 is Thanos.
Okay.
$2 Bane and Joker. $3 your best friends. $4 Mr. Beast. $5 a snail.
Oh, us now.
Bro,
Not the
Mr.
snail.
Beast
The snail.
for $5 is not worth it, dude. That guy is literally God. Like
Yeah, he could probably.
he has the resources of the entire planet at his
Yeah.
disposal.
So which one are you doing? You got $5.
Can you
to
say what
spend.
was before, Mr. Your best friends for
It's
three?
$3.
I'll do my best friends. I'll do that.
I'll take.
Who are trying to kill you?
It was,
Okay,
it was the
alright.
Joker.
I mean that's
Joker-
sad, but
Joker
like
and Bane?
what?
Joker and Bane.
I'm like,
That ain't nothing.
John Hash
Was-
and
for the Punisher.
Yeah, that ain't
You're
nothing.
right.
I'm taking him on.
having John Hash and like Nick White and Noah chase me
Yeah.
as opposed to Mr. Beast who has like $10 million to spend.
I think Mr. Beast wouldn't chase you, but you'd somehow run into his arms. He wouldn't even know it.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? He would. It'd all
the
be.
snail was
it would all be the
for
tru-
$5.
It'd all be the Truman
That's the
Show.
scariest one.
It's the scariest one.
We have lore to tell you about after we play.
It's like the Truman Show.
So I spent how much? 3. So I got 13. Is there anything left?
Is it?
No, you
survive?
have $2. You can get Danny DeVito to come join you.
Oh.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take that.
nice.
Just comic
Uh,
support.
you chose Bane, so you have $3 left.
Yeah.
Why don't you get Rocky Balboa to join you,
Yeah, you could jump. Or I could get.
or double machete?
Or I could get 2. What's the first option? Of
Uh,
people.
It was a Smurf.
I like.
Two-
You get a Smurf and Danny
3
DeVito.
Smurfs.
3 Smurfs. That's probably pretty
3
valuable.
Smurfs, dude. If one of them's Papa Smurf, you're doing well for yourself. Or the cute Smurf. Am I allowed to say the Smurfs are cute? Was that one girl with the yellow
Yeah,
hair?
cut
only-
that one out.
Yeah, cut that one out.
The
Sorry.
ol- the
Sorry,
ol-
yeah, no, I don't get canceled.
That's
The
us.
only
No.
Smurf.
No,
Et.
what? Smurfette. Yeah,
the
yeah,
only one.
the only one.
Just chairs, bro.
Smurfette. We all know
Wasn't she created by Gargamel?
Gargadel.
Is this one of those like hear
Yeah.
me out things?
It's
No.
like, it's like the Smurf lore behind this.
No, there's a little bit of lore. I don't know though.
Okay, but can we tell you about the snail lore?
Yeah,
really
what's the
quick?
snail lore?
There's a meme out there that basically said that like
Mei, actually, is how
It's-
it's pronounced.
okay, but it's basically that what if there was a snail who I don't know, can you tell it?
Yeah. So basically, it's like.
Like, there's
No.
a snail always
It's a
chasing
Yeah.
you.
snail that's immortal. So
like
basically you are granted immortality.
You get like a immortality
You get
or
to
$1 million.
immortal.
Okay.
However, there's one
Great.
exception.
All right.
A snail is also immortal, and if it touches you, you die. And
Okay.
the only other thing is it knows where you are, like
All the time.
all the time. So it's constantly looking for you. It's only a snail. But so the memes are like
And it
me and like 50,000, like the year 1 million, and like there's nothing left, and the snail finally finds me and it touches me, and that's
And
it.
it's over.
Hey, why wouldn't you just put like a glass jar around the
It
snail?
can-
But it's immortal, and it's one day it's gonna find you.
One day that glass jar is going to come undone.
Yeah.
Jackson.
No
will
matter
probably
how
knock
much
it over.
time that snail will not be kept from you, it's gonna get you eventually.
Oh,
I would
God,
fly.
That's terrifying.
I would
Yeah,
fly
it's
on
terrifying.
the same flight across the ocean. I'd own a house and
And one day you'd have a whole
one-
family, and
your
then
continent and one other one, and I'd fly in between them, just hoping that he gets stuck out there in the middle of the
Or it's
ocean.
like
Yeah, snails can't
you're
swim.
opening Christmas presents with
Yeah.
your children, and you see the snail under the tree, and you're like,
It's too late.
"So this is Christmas."
Well, the snail could be on this table, and I could be like, "Hey, guess what, bud? Like,
Well, it'll find
Try-
you. It'll
try-
get to you
yeah.
You can
eventually.
climb over that.
Can it? Okay. All right. Well, I didn't
They
know.
actually are they're
unstoppable.
gravity proof. They can climb and stuff.
Oh. Well,
They're sticky.
I'm not scared of the snail. Comment below, though, what your 5 is, what you spend your $15 on. Because that's pretty good. I
like
thought
that.
one of y'all were going to choose Magic Kingdom because I was like, that'd be sick having that castle.
No,
But-
I don't like that.
For
place.
some reason, I thought that meant the
I
Lion
don't want to
King.
go there.
I can't lie.
The Lion King.
Like I don't know what I was
There'd
gonna
be
get.
a
That's
big
from it.
Animal
line. There'd be a big
Kingdom.
line to get into the place, and one of the purge people would kill me before I even got
That's
there.
true, too.
But you could also freeze your body underneath the palace. For
All right.
50 years.
Okay.
So, with the Great White Buffalo podcast, may it rest in peace,
Yeah. You used to listen to that all the time.
all the
Great
time.
White Buffalo.
This is just a parent company of that. Is I used to end the episodes with the wisdom nuggets of wisdom, but I
Mhm.
like to start now a new thing called Ben 10. And yes, I'm the original Ben 10.
Oh really?
That's cool. I wish I
And
could say that.
the way I like to do the Ben 10, I was born on the 10th, June
That's
10th.
cool.
It's my birthday. Write it down. So I'm gonna do rapid fire, 10 questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, and it's the Ben 10. So
You got it
far,
first.
not a single guest has been able to do rapid fire. They always go, but we'll try our
It's more
best.
Go
funny
ahead
that way.
first.
No, you gotta go first. I did the game first. So
Okay. Okay.
I'm going second.
Okay. All right, Henry. Are you ready?
Yes.
What is your favorite midnight snack?
Reese's.
Ooh, that's a
Already
good one.
stole mine.
I like that.
Are these gonna be the same questions, by the way?
No, it's
Okay,
different.
so-
What's the best surprise you've ever received on your birthday?
My lovely parents being nice to me for one more day.
Oh, that's really sweet.
That makes them sound like they abuse
Yeah,
you or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, shout
They're
out
nice to me every day.
Really. What is the most amount of poison ivy you've ever gotten?
Not really that much. I never really get it that bad. I had a
Oh.
little thing on my leg once.
Rapid fire.
Okay. All right. What's the, no? I like the stories though. It's just like the answer.
Okay.
They'll take 4 hours to answer. What's a weird smell that you really enjoy?
Easy gasoline. I think we can. Me
Yeah,
and Sarah
I
both agree on
with
that.
Yeah, that's a bad one. We should smell that.
Yeah.
What's your ideal car?
Audi S4.
Lots of lore behind
yeah,
that one.
Yeah, I know. What's your favorite color in the springtime?
Green.
Nice. What's your go-to card game?
Poker.
Nice. What's your favorite dish to make when you're cooking for yourself?
Chicken thighs.
I had it last night.
Not
Pretty
quesadilla and ketchup.
I've evolved, Ben.
I know. It's just a callback.
That was OG Henry.
I know. I'm sorry, I like OG Henry. What's your favorite way to unwind after a hectic day?
Watch some television. Play some Black Ops.
Oh, like the new one?
Zombies.
All right, and Ben 10 question. What is your favorite musical artist when you were in middle school?
Young Gravy.
Yeah.
Young
So
Gravy.
easy.
Side story: this kid FaceTimed Young Gravy for $100. He paid $100 to
did.
FaceTime him.
And I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
Wait, did he
Very-
answer?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
they
How,
FaceTime.
how long did you
This
talk?
Spoke.
We talked for 5 minutes. It was like this was like during COVID, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to his concert and go to the meetup afterwards. Young Gravy. And then
ask him, and he was
The
gonna
concert
let you.
got canceled because of COVID. So then, like this thing came up, and it was like FaceTime with Young Gravy, and I was like, I've got to do it. So I think I spent I had like $105. I spent $100 on the Young Gravy FaceTime.
Yeah.
Did you record it? Could you record the conversation?
I have a few.
He's a screenshot.
screenshots, and I have
one on
I
my
have like
phone.
the intro
Oh,
of
nice.
it,
I
and it's
show
just like a
people.
little like geeky me, and I'm like, no way, no, that can't be. And he's like, yo, he's like eating rice pilaf. And he's like, but he knew where Delanago was. Apparently, there was a love interest in his life at some point. He went to school there, and then he got arrested in Hiawassee.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So
Not the
All right,
greatest
full
role model.
circle.
All right.
That's full circle. Young Gravy. Now he's like mid-level Gravy. All right.
Old Gravy.
He's old
Not
Gravy.
Young Gravy.
Samuel, are you ready for your Ben 10? If you could be any age for the rest of your life, which would you choose?
25.
Okay. What's your favorite animal?
Shark.
Nice. What type of shark?
Tiger shark.
That's a part 2 of the same question. All right. Which celebrity would you choose to be your best friend besides me?
It's got to be Bryan Cranston.
Nice.
that's solid.
Did you know he was in the original Power Rangers?
Really?
He was a voice of some of the monsters, like in the '93.
That's cool.
It's kind of cool. All right. If you could only wear one color for the rest of your life, what color would you choose?
It's got to be like a navy.
Navy. Interesting. Are you wearing navy
Yeah,
right
You
now?
are
This
wearing
color.
navy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good color.
Dude, he's sponsored.
Goes well with your eyes.
5. What's your favorite memory of us?
God, that's like impossible to answer. But I'll say for Ben, I was just thinking about this the other day. Lake Burton, like Ben was like,
Yo, what's up, bro?
he was like
Come on.
doing belly flops off the front of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And Henry, I don't know, seeing him wearing a suit to school one day, like in elementary school. That's just what popped in my head. Lots of good ones.
I'm gonna make it rich one day and buy that Lake Burton house, and we will always have a Lake
Okay,
Burton
Please.
house.
Hopefully this podcast gets 10 million views.
I don't think
Yeah,
we're allowed to
please.
go back there. So
I don't. Well, not yet, but I'm going to. What's your perfect day look like?
Wake up in the morning, go kayaking, something really stout and scary, but then go back to the lake or the ocean and have a dinner with my family and cook with Henry and Billy and watch either the Yankees or the Knicks and then go to sleep.
Nice. If you could change the Atlanta Hawks mascot, what would you change it to?
I would just delete the Atlanta Hawks.
I don't. Oh, I shouldn't ask.
Because go
that
Knicks,
question.
baby.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You can give me another one if you want.
All right. If you could change the color of, wait, do you have an answer?
crazy robot Falcons.
Yeah, I like that too because it's a joke, just like the Hawks.
Okay. All right. What's the best way to waste time?
Best way to waste time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, probably playing Xbox because I would say something else, but I don't really. There's not a lot of things that you waste time doing, but Xbox is kind of wasting time. Yeah.
All right. Number 9. What is your go-to shower song to sing?
Go to shower
Yeah.
song, something by Stevie Wonder or something like that.
Okay. All right. And number 10. What is the worst food of all time?
Where's pickles?
Pickles.
Oh.
What? I love
We're
pickles.
talking about, let's say we got delicious fried
Yeah,
pickles
they
for lunch.
got that for the appetizer. I was like, why are you gonna do that to me? I'm not even gonna eat them.
You don't like pickles
I
at
always
all?
hated them my whole life.
Michaela hates pickles too.
Yeah.
Are you anti-pickles?
Yeah, I rapid fired good, didn't
Oh,
I?
I love pickles.
I
Uh-huh.
ate a lot of pickles.
Let me imagine this. You didn't want any. Mimi ate one, and you ate the rest.
Probably.
She ate a few.
She had a few.
She had a few. Oh, okay.
So my girlfriend, she asked for extra pickles on Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Mm.
You know the good thing about girlfriends when they're like, "Do you want the rest?" and you get like extra food. But like,
Yeah.
I never get extra food.
Never.
Whoa.
She'll get black olives, and I don't like black olives either.
You
on
also
her sandwich.
do pepper jack cheese on the Chick-fil-A sandwiches? I
I like
didn't really
that.
know that was a thing.
Yeah, I think
I
with
was like,
cheese. Yeah, it's pretty.
cheese.
pretty
cheesy.
Pepper jack on the spicy.
Are you a spicy chicken? Are y'all a spicy chicken?
Yeah,
It depends
really
on
done
the
it.
day.
I'd say 80% of the
If I
time.
if I can really eat my full appetite's worth of value, it's at least 2 sandwiches. And if I got 2 sandwiches, then one of them could be regular, one of them could be spicy.
Mm.
A little.
Have you tried the pimento cheese?
I have tried it. I love it.
Dude, I
He doesn't like.
I
you don't
loved
like
it.
I
pimento
like
cheese.
it. Pimento cheese. I need to try it. It's not one of those things I like. I'm anti. I just
Well-
don't think if I'm like really hungry, I'm like, what am I gonna get? I don't think it's gonna be that.
I didn't really think
Yeah.
it would be that good, but
But I
I
would
just
try it.
I love pimento cheese.
Yeah.
So as soon as I was like, oh,
It's like yes,
it's
with the
good.
honey. I get that. I take the jalapenos off, but I put
Oh.
the pimento cheese in
the
the honey.
Japalinas.
The Japalinos. Well, Henry, Samuel, thank y'all for being on
Of course.
the Ben Mayfield
Dream come
podcast.
true.
Beyond honored.
Now, will y'all come back? Will y'all be
Yeah,
guests
of
again?
course.
Oh my gosh, we'll talk more extreme sports. I will find an extreme third sport for me. I got we got skier,
Underwater
kayaker.
basket weaving.
Yeah, nothing with breathing issues.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. No underwater.
Yeah, no
You
underwater.
could
How
do
about skydiving?
I mean, I'm not scared to do it. I'll do more go kart
bobsled.
racing.
Bobsled.
I'll be
That's
more of a
pretty cool.
racer.
You could do karting and get into F1.
No,
Yeah,
you
F1's kind of scary.
can,
That's
where you need
We're
to
gonna
go.
talk about F1 next.
Atlanta Motor Parkway.
Yeah.
Have you know what that is?
Nope.
You can go
Excuse me.
55
Amp-
miles per hour. in
You know,
those things.
Amp in
It's
Dawsonville.
It's right
Yeah.
around.
They've got an outside go kart designed by all the F1 tracks. Like are designed by like 70% of them are designed by one dude, and the other ones are like designed by these huge groups. But there's just this one dude who designed all of them, and he designed the 2 tracks that place in Dawsonville has.
Oh,
It's
that's
got the
pretty
like
cool.
steepest
Adrian
elevation.
Newey.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember his name.
Do people
No,
go out
it's
there
like
and
an
race?
older dude.
He made the concept of one car.
No, he didn't make. I don't know his name, but anyways, super steep racetrack. Do you know his name?
Oh, okay. It's
Okay.
Jeff Gordon. I'm just kidding. It's a NASCAR driver. Well, anyways, I'll definitely do that, and
Mhm.
I'll come back with some race car knowledge and tell you what my extreme sport is. But until next time, thank you all for listening to the Ben Mayfield podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you like and follow. Comment below, too. We're on Instagram. We're going to put some clips of this on there. So we really appreciate these two being there. So make sure you follow, like it, get other people to do it. We really appreciate the support. And if you want to sponsor an episode, let us know. But until next time, peace.
Peace.